Hello guys, and today we're gonna discuss the CME group and how they're gonna launch the Bitcoin futures today. Now, what I wanted to discuss first is to tell you exactly how big the CME group is, okay? Here on this list, you can see that this is the list comprised of the largest derivatives exchanges worldwide in 2016 by the number of contracts traded in millions. On the first place, by a large margin, you can see CME Group. It's almost twice as big as the second, which is the National Stock Exchange of India. Now, and I want just to clarify here, you can see Eurex, which is actually the European Stock Exchange, and here you can see Nasdaq. So basically, you can just imagine how big is actually CME Group and what it will mean when they bring the Bitcoin's future exchanges to them. Now, let us continue, and I would like to discuss on the first topic. I want just to bring some clarity on what a future contract is and what are the specifications of the CME Group, okay? Now, here we are at the page of the contract specifications. Now, I'm gonna start them from the top, and you can see here the contract unit. Basically, every unit of Bitcoin will contain 5 Bitcoins. So basically, the minimum trades that you can make is to buy or sell 5 Bitcoins on the futures market. After that, the minimum price fluctuation. Obviously, since it's gonna be 5 per Bitcoin, it will be $25 per contract. What do I mean 5 per Bitcoin? It means that the minimum spread, the minimum movement of the Bitcoin will be $5. So basically, it's gonna go from 20,000 to 20,005. It's not gonna go to 20,001, 2, 3, or 4. Below you can see the trading hours of Globex and the Clearport. Now, since this is in Easter time, please adjust your calendars accordingly and your time accordingly. Here you can see the product code, which will be BTC. The listing cycle is something important because it will be nearest 2 months in March quarterly cycle, March, June, September, and December. What does it mean? It means that every 2 months the contract will be changed to the next ones. So basically, if you buy a position now, you won't be able to hold it forever. The maximum period will be 2 months, after which you will have to close your position. Anyway, but let me explain how the future contract will actually work itself. It's going to be cash settled, therefore it means, this is the example that I wanted to show you. Let's imagine that now Bob gives 1 Bitcoin to Joe. Basically, he sells it to him for 15,000, okay? What happens is, during this period, when the contract expires on March the 1st, and if on the 1st of March the Bitcoin is worth 20,000, then Joe actually profited 5,000 because he bought the Bitcoin for 15,000. And it's gonna be only cash settled, meaning that only money will be exchanged. No actual Bitcoins will be exchanged. CME Group will not buy any actual Bitcoin, so therefore they're not gonna prop up the prices even higher by just launching the futures product, so to say. Now, from this, Bob will lose the potential 5,000 profit that he could have made if he still holded the Bitcoin. And this is the reverse example how Joe here, and this is the other example actually where if the Bitcoin prices went to 10,000, in this case, Joe will be losing $5,000 because he bought it 3 months ago at 15,000, and Bob would have this potential profit of $5,000 because he sold it at 15,000. I hope that's clear, guys. Let's move to the next one. Now, here is actually what I just told you, that the Bitcoin contracts will be only cash settled. No Bitcoins will be exchanged over the period. Another important thing that I wanted to mention is actually that as of December the 19th, as of December 12th, and the subject to change, the maintenance margin for the Bitcoin future will be 43%, where the initial margin for hedger is 100% of the maintenance margin, and the initial margin for speculator will be 110% of that number. So basically it means that the 43% means that for one Bitcoin, let's imagine that you invested $15,000 in CME Group, okay, and you have bought 2 Bitcoins at the price of 20,000 each. The maintenance margin, the minimum money that you need to have in your account, actually, in order to buy 2 Bitcoins, will be 43% of 40,000, which will be approximately between $18,000 to $20,000. Let's jump to the next one. The maximum order size for the Bitcoin futures on CME Globex will be 100 contracts. Okay, I'm not really sure for how long this will be the maximum size initially, because as I previously told you, the maximum size will be 1,000, in some cases 5,000. But in the beginning, it's gonna be only 100 contracts, and I believe this is a way for CME Group to test the waters, to see what will be the interest in trading Bitcoins, who's actually gonna come to trade the Bitcoins, are there gonna be any speculators, are the hedgers gonna come, are the investment institutions gonna come to trade it in the beginning or not. And this is also a way to prevent excessive volatility in the markets, because you can imagine, let's say in the first 5 to half an hour, 5 minutes to half an hour, somebody comes to the markets and they just buy over 5,000 contracts in total. I mean, all of the traders there. It's gonna be too much volatile. Most probably the trading will be halted numerous of times. Let's go to the next slide, guys. Here is a short explanation of what will be the maximum contract size that you initially can buy, that initially anyone can buy, how much money it will cost him. So here are the 100 contracts, 5 Bitcoin each. It's an old example because the price is 16,500. Currently the price is, and the actual cost of the position will be 8,250,000. Now 43% of that is 3.5 million. This is the amount that everybody needs to have in his account in order to buy the maximum position size on the CME Group. Now, here you can see actually the trading volume of the biggest exchanges: Bitfinex, Bitum, Poloniex, and Bittrex. Now, I'm showing you this just so you get the idea how many Bitcoins are traded, okay? In Bitfinex, the total volume of Bitcoins is, in dollars, 943 millions. If we split this according to the price of $17,500, basically the daily turnover of Bitcoins is around 55,000 Bitcoins. So you can understand that 55,000 Bitcoins is quite a huge number. So I don't really expect CME Group to reach even half of it. And this is only actually 6% of the overall Bitcoin trading around the world. So in the beginning, although there will be volatility on the futures market, I don't expect it to be that huge, honestly. But we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens. The last thing that I wanted to mention in regards to the CME Futures launch is that the same thing might happen which happened on the Chicago Exchange. The website might actually crash, especially if they reach the limitations of 7%, 13%, and 20%. Those are the limitations that the CME Group put there in order to have some sort of a blockage to the trading. So basically, whenever the price moves 7% above or below the starting price, trading will be halted for 2 minutes. The trading will be observed for 2 minutes. After that, it will resume. After this point, if the Bitcoin price goes to 13% above or below the starting price of the day, again trading will be halted for 2 minutes. However, if it goes to 20%, let's say if the Bitcoin started at 20,000 and at some point on the CME Futures exchange, the Bitcoin price goes, let's say, to about 24,000, trading will be halted. And I believe it will be upon their own discretion whether to allow traders to continue with the trading or not, or the exchange will be closed for the rest of the day. Now, let's go up to a brief technical analysis of the Bitcoin prices. I'll be using TradingView website for this, and the prices will be taken from the Bitstamp exchange, as you can see right here. Now on the chart I have pointed out few resistance and support areas, like the resistance around 17,600 and the support level of 13,000 to 14,000. As we can see, the resistance around $17,500 was broken and the price continued to climb higher, reaching a peak of $19,600. On some exchanges, the price actually topped the 20,000 mark, and honestly, I expect a very strong psychological resistance to happen around the $20,000. And we can see that actually the price have managed to bounce $1,000 from this area, but it's not really as radical as I believed. However, the CME Futures will come tomorrow and they might give us a huge surprise. Usually, during such volatile events as the CME Futures launch, I'm staying away from the markets until the dust is settled. However, if you're eager to buy or sell and to trade in general the Bitcoin, this is the position that I would have taken if I was trading. Now, after the breakout of our resistance area, the price topped 19,600 as I previously told you. However, the correction here was only until 18,400, while I would still consider that the price might go down to the previously broken resistance point of 17,600 in order to test this area, and only after that we might see the surge in prices to go even higher. On the opposite side, because I'm checking the 1 hour charts here, we have a very nice bullish reversal pattern. Here we have a very nice doji, bullish candle doji, and a very strong, not so strong right now actually, 1 hour candle, which might turn into A, B, C, D pattern after that, and realize the potential value of $20,800. However, again, I would be cautious as a sharp drop might happen just after the price have touched the $20,000 levels or a little bit above that. The RSI indicators still have some room to continue to the downside, but it's far away as we can see from the overbought area right here. Now, I want to switch to the daily chart because this is something that most of the time I'm trading on, and here I can see something that really concerns me. This is the negative doji that is forming here, and this is just before the release of the CME Futures. Now, on this occasion, it might be really relevant because the CME Futures might still give a significant boost to the prices. However, if we have a sharp reversal of the prices, if the prices actually manage to go to the level of 16,500, okay, or even below, I would look already for the price to reach even further up 14,000, after that maybe 20,000, 12,000, 16, and at some point even $11,000. Note that even though the analysis might be correct, we don't know how the CME Futures market will behave and what they will do. One thing is for sure, we'll expect much more volatility than during our ordinary trading days, but I don't really think that it will skyrocket to the moon simply because everybody will be testing the waters of the CME Futures, and I just want to say again that this is not financial advice, and if you do trade, only put as much money as you're willing to risk. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe, as I'll be making new videos every few days. If you have any crypto questions, feel free to post them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Bye guys!